This is Cooper Banks, and I'm conducting an oral history interview with Dr. Charles Harris. The interview is being conducted at Hopper Academy in Sanford, Florida on Saturday, October 15, 2022. Dr. Harris, thanks for speaking with us. Can you state your name and tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm Charles Harris. I was born here in Georgetown. I was educated in Seminole County. I attended the community college. After community college, I went to Florida State, graduated from there, returned back here and started teaching and coaching. I taught and coached for 38 years at Lake Brantley High School.
All right, so you said you grew up around here. Do you have any memories or experiences stand out the most as you were growing up in this?
Yeah, I remember when all these roads you see around the school, they were all dirt roads, dirt and clay roads, and this was the only school in this side of town. And I went from here from first grade to third grade, and then they built a new school over in Bay, and I went there and graduated from there, then Queens. My memory is that there were a lot of little businesses around here. I remember there were a lot of little stores. If you had a nickel, you could get 10 butter cookies. Walking down the clay road, playing marbles, football, whatever games we could find an empty lot in, we played baseball and those kind of things. And I remember that this community, church was a big part of this community. I went to church at Hickory Avenue Church of God, which is down the street, and there were just a number of churches that had an effect on this community, our culture that we grew up in. Everybody knew each other. If you got in trouble in school, your parents would know. I was one of those guys who missed it. I had a couple of those kind of days, but church was a big part of it, and the business, a lot of little small stores, and I remember people having Sanford Avenue having their own business, entrepreneurs here, and just the closeness of the neighborhood is what I remember.
All right, so how close the community was and stuff like that.
One of the things I remember here is the baseball stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it was New York Giants at the time. It's the San Francisco Giants now. And growing up, I got to meet Willie McCovey, Willie Mays, Warren Marshall. They all played in that stadium, and that was after I can remember after school going over to the stadium and catching fly balls and at batting practice, just hanging around that area. What's around it, and I lived directly behind that stadium. and the whole time in my lifetime, I probably moved less than a half a mile.
Do you remember any of the businesses on Sanford Avenue? If so, what were they like?
There were a number of restaurants. There were a pool room. There were a drugstore. There was a doctor office right there at the corner of Sanford Avenue and 11th Street. Dentist's office was there. There were dry cleaners. Lady who ran the dry cleaner was Steve Bellamy. She's a mother, and I know her personally because she still lives and she goes to our church. Just about whatever you needed, the business, and they had a lot of what I call little bars. Okay, they had a lot of what I call beer gardens, and they had a lot of places where people on Friday, Saturday night would go dance. And there were two photographers there, especially. You can go and have a picture taken and that kind of stuff. So whatever thing you kind of can think of you needed, we had on Sanford Avenue.
Okay, so when you talked about community, especially with the different churches in the area, what was the Sunday evening like, or just the Sundays in general? How did that look like?
In my church, we started with Sunday school. And that's a big part of me, because my dad was the superintendent of Sunday school. And now I teach Sunday school at the same church. Then you have morning service, and then they have evening service. And it was a full day. I know you didn't have a chance to do anything else but from the church, eat, and back to church. If you want to get in trouble, go do something on Sunday, like sell watermelons, like I did.
What were your parents like? Did you have any siblings?
Yes, there were 6 of us, and I'm the youngest. Mom and Dad, we all worked together. We were poor people, but we had dreams and aims, and our parents they were pretty strict, but they were strict about you being disciplined and going to school. You had to go to school. You had to do well in school, and we were a very loving family.
What was it like going to school in Georgetown? And what would you like to do maybe afterwards or recreationally?
Well, this was the only school in Georgetown, and the people who worked here and teach and taught here they knew your parents, so it was a family atmosphere.
What did you do after you graduated?
Graduated from Coons High School in 1970. I attended to Seminole Community College at the time, and then I went to Florida State University. Got my degree in education. I came back here, started teaching, and I taught for 38 years. I was a track coach and a teacher, and got to see the world through track and field.
Do you still teach now?
No, after I finished at Lake Brandon, I did a part-time job open at over at Emeryville Aeronautical University. I went over there and was an assistant track coach, and I did that for 10 years, and that's enough. I'm 70 years old now, and I got sick with it, so I'm working on getting myself in good shape now.
How did growing up in Georgetown prepare you for adult life?
To set goals, to discipline yourself, and to learn to get along with people. I think being here in Georgetown, it taught me to get along with people, set goals, and that helped.
Is there anything left out, or that we left out, that you'd like to share with us?
Is that this community and the way it helped us and sheltered us and loved us, helped us be successful in life. After I finished teaching and retired, I got called into ministry. I went back and got a degree, a doctoral degree in religion. So it's helped you to set goals and to strive for the best.
All right. Dr. Harris, thank you again for sharing your time and speaking with us. This has been Cooper Banks at Hopper Academy on October 15th, 2022.
Thank you.